So, anyway, there's a little bit about Panama and why I love the place. I love the place because I don't know, there's something about the country and I just can't put my finger on it. It's like, it reminds me of some of the old Bogart movies. The likes of Bogart and Lauren Bacall. But when you walk into Panama City, that's the last thing you expect. But anyway, here, if you buy a new house, no matter what you do, if you buy a new house here, your property taxes, which they're called in America and known as in Latin America, in Panama, in England they're known as council tax. In Panama, if you buy a house, you don't pay property taxes for 20 years. And if you buy a house that has already been built, and it was built say 5 years ago, then you inherit 15 years of tax exemption. So that's another benefit. Water rates. Now, in and around Panama City, the water is drinkable. It is so good, it comes from either underground water tables, or it will come from the river Chagres, which is the main river that feeds the canal, which isn't really a canal. It's just a link between lake after lake. Water is better than bottled water. And when I say better than bottled water, I've tasted bottled water. There's a little bit of fluoride in it, unlike England's water, which has got 5 chemicals in it because it's been being recirculated. So you fill a bath up in England, you'll see that without putting bubble bath in it, you'll see that the colour of it is green, and that's what you're drinking. When I come back from Panama, I can't drink the water. It takes me a long time to get used to the water. But here in Panama, the water is, I drink it like beer. Well, I don't drink a lot of beer, don't get me wrong, but it is nice. It is a nice drink to have, the water in Panama. I've never tasted anything like it, even whether in England, in Spain, or wherever. I've never tasted water this beautiful and fresh and clear. It is lovely. It's one of the first things I do when I come to Panama. I always whenever you have a meal in Panama, you get served with a jug of water. They don't charge you. It's just a jug of water that comes with your meal, and ice cubes and that. But saying that, when I say about the water in Panama, I'm only talking about Panama City and up as far as Espino, where my house is. Once you start getting into the country, I think in Buquete, which is a very upmarket town. When I say upmarket, it's upmarket, a lot of Americans there, but the prices of property are very cheap. The only places it's not drinkable is Bocas del Toro, which is up north. It's a little island, and Bocas itself, again, which is on the mainland. It's a bit like Jamaica. I was in Volcan this trip. The water is not drinkable there, though it wouldn't kill you, but you might get parasites. So that is a no-no, the water up that neck of the woods. I don't know about David, which is spelled David. I is always E in Panama or in Latin America or in Spanish. And L is always pronounced Y. So, yeah. And I said, take me to Punta Patilla. And he looked at me as though I was off another planet or from England. And eventually we got there. I directed him, and he said, Punta Patilla. So when I said Patilla, which is spelled Paitilla, which it looks in English like Patilla, it was actually Patilla. So pi is spelled AI, and the T is always spelt as a T, or pronounced as a T, and then I after that is spelt as an E. L after that is spelt as a Y. So rather than Punta Patilla, as I didn't correctly pronounce it, it was Punta Patilla. And if you want, say, I don't know, let's say for instance, a milkshake, you would ask for batidos vanilla, not vanilla, vanilla. So it would be batidos vanilla, which is milkshake, vanilla milkshake. I really like what they've done to this place. It's absolutely gorgeous. Petrol here is $4 a gallon. Diesel is less than that. Gas to cook with comes in a big cylinder. It's not piped into the house. It's you buy it in a big tank about this high, 3 foot high, and for a family of 4, I've been told it would last about 3 or 4 months and work out at about $2 a month, which is about £1.50 a month for gas. Around here you don't need heating, but in this area people tend to use air conditioning. I personally would not use air conditioning because you don't become acclimated to the climate. Up north around Volcan, David's low, but when you start getting up to Boquete and Volcan, the temperatures are spring-like the year round, very much like a nice English spring. You've got this lovely warm atmosphere, and on top of that you've got cool breezes. So it is such in Volcan and Volcan and what's the other place? I've had a glass of rum, I can't think. He's took me glass. Oh, what a so-and-so. I can't sup out of it. Look at that glass. Oh no, it isn't. There it is. I'm just going to have another rum. I've forgotten what I was saying. Oh, struth. I just poured a rum out. It's only $2.95 for a whole bottle of rum here. So I thought, well, I'm not going to pay their prices in this hotel because it's near the airport, like anything in the world, and no matter how near the airport it is, it's going to be expensive anyway. Saying that, it's still cheap compared to English standards. Oops. Anyway, what was I talking about? I've forgotten what I was talking about. Whether bills in Panama are very, very cheap. Up in Volcan, you don't need. I was talking to the brothers up there, and they're saying that sort of 4x4, which is what a lot of the brothers use up there, 4x4s. You don't even bothering about the miles per gallon because of the price of fuel here. There's no road tax. Car insurance is $75 a year. It's about 40 quid a year. Granted, that is third party. It only protects the other individual who you might hit. So it's if anyone runs into your car, then their insurance will cover your damage. But if you hit someone else, then your insurance will pay for their damage, but it will not cover your car, which to me sounds a great idea. So if I damage my car, I have to pay. Or you can pay, I think it's $300 a year for fully comp, which is about 150 quid, and that is no matter what you drive. Whatever you drive, it doesn't matter. I think about too much. I'll just dribble that down my chest. Anyway, other things about Panama. Oh, trying to think. There's a beautiful little island off the coast of Panama City, which I wish I'd have done. I think I've already done a video, but not of the island. And you can go onto this island. It's called Taboga, and it translates as Islands of Flowers. And you take this ferry over there. If you've got a pensionado over here, so like I have, then you get a discount on the ferry. I think about 25%. And there's no roads on the island, but there's a couple of little bed and breakfasts. There's a beautiful, beautiful hotel there. The taste in decor is impeccable. It is. You go to this place, and the colours of the building, of the hotel, the situation, the view from the veranda to the ocean, the beautiful oceans. It's just beyond words. What other things do I love about Panama? Oh, I was going for a walk the other day. I think it's on one of these videos. I was going for a walk, and I was staying at this Volcan Lodge, which was a beautiful place. And I think I mentioned early on that it's a lot of the witnesses meet up there. He knows the witnesses, and it's generally a nice place to be. Anyway, behind the lodge was this hill and the trail. So I walked up the trail, started getting exhausted walking up this hill, and as I was getting up the hill, I felt something on my leg, and I had my trousers on, and I felt this thing. It felt like a snail. I thought, how the flipping heck has that got on my legs so quick? Anyway, I sort of rolled it about a bit, you know, through my trousers, and it disappeared. And I looked down, and it was a little, not lizard, but like a little, one of these, well, it looks like a lizard, you know, it was a little thing. It was about 3 inches long. He spotted my trouser leg and decided just to run up it. I didn't feel him run up it, I just felt him when he was there, you know. So anyway, but he quickly got out, but I put it on the video. It's on one of the videos because I sort of followed him around a bit. That was a nice experience. Not the lizard up my trouser leg, just a nice experience when I walked up the hill. I mean, I'm looking at the time now, and it's 5:05, and my plane leaves for Amsterdam in 2 hours. And I can, you know, I've come out the jacuzzi and I'm bone dry, and it's took about 15 minutes. But I'm going to go to the bar and see if they can do anything to eat for me.